to me, I will not call it stealing, right? Because this
Pesa
money ni pesa ya congregation. This was the money yenye iliweka kwa aku.
Yeah.
Sasa pastor amekasirika, pesa yake inachukuliwa. Welcome to JIMOSI podcast. I will be discussing our weekly update today.
Okay, so the first story is that James Igga, who's one of the 5 vice presidents of South Sudan and the person in charge of the economic cluster, has been trending, and that's after being branded as a stingy vice president for donating 800,000 South Sudanese pounds, which was calculated to be equivalent to $150 to a local football club. What are your thoughts on Igga being called stingy?
Okay, so the vice president giving a local football an equivalent of $150, and now people are calling him stingy. To me, I would see it in 2 different ways. I'll see him as stingy based on his position, because
really
a vice president himself giving a local football club 150 only. You see, and this guy has been in power as a vice president for a long time. You remember when the war broke out in 2013? He became the vice president.
That was effective 2020.
Yes, so he was the only vice president during that time. And when these other people came along, he has maintained the same position of being a vice president, only that now with different. So you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying there? 11 years of being a vice president.
And when he has actually been in power since 2005.
Yes, it was a speaker of the National Assembly at some point. Sometimes with like 4th rank in the government.
Okay.
So this guy has had the opportunity to loot for long.
So you mean he has resources?
He has a lot of resources.
Okay.
150 is not what he should have given.
It's not significant compared to his current position in terms of finances.
Exactly. And based on what I was hearing from people, there was a time that he went to Nimli, a town in South Sudan, to open the custom. It's at the border between Uganda and South Sudan.
Yeah.
And it was alleged that he also gave out 50,000 pounds. Let's say if the exchange rate was still at that, is another $100 at that time. Because it was not recently, it was maybe last year or the other year. So it was around $100. So it seemed this guy does not give anything.
He's very economical.
And he's in charge of the economic cluster. That's why he was given.
He's not wasting resources.
Yeah. So to me, like, no, it was being stingy.
Okay. So the other argument that he's not stingy, some people have said that no amount of donation is small. Yeah, because to me also, the other way that I can look at it, that is also not stingy at the same time. Okay.
Because if you compare him with the other vice president out there with him, like Riek Machar, Nyandeng, and Tabandeng guy, and
Hussein Abdelbagi.
Yes, we have not had them giving anybody anything.
Okay.
So it's better now somebody that has given 150 and people that have not given anything. Okay. So you see, we are just judging a person that has gave out something when we are living on people that are not giving anything. And then also
so it's the thought that counts, not the amount.
Yes, exactly. And then also we look being a vice president, and even like we have seen some families, just a regular general or any small position, the whole community will come to your compound.
Okay.
And you have to be dishing out money every time and then. So you see there. So you might be having a lot of those responsibilities at home that at that time, the only thing that he had was only 150. Sasa hiyo ni kitu ya kumkasirishia.
Ya kumulika.
Yes. Why are we being? And then at the same time, unajua 150 ni pesa yenye haikuwa yako.
Yeah.
So if you get it somewhere, badala kutusi huyo mtu,
appreciate.
Juu wewe haujapatia chochote. Unaona, he's the one giving. So why we crucifying the giver
For gifting a small amount.
the receiver, because the receiver is not happy. Unaona hapo? So
Actually, it's not like the football club are not happy, but the netizens who are creating a mountain out of an anthill. So like we are the ones, we listen, we don't judge, but in this situation people are reading and judging.
Lakini sasa tulijuaje that alipatiana 150? Alitangaza through a microphone ama ni captain alisema huyu jamaa tu alikuja all vice president alituachia tu ka 150.
So unajua in those functions usually people will declare how much they are giving, or whoever is collecting that money discloses it so that it doesn't appear like he's receiving more, yet he's disclosing less amount for accountability purposes.
Yeah.
So that's probably where people got to learn of how much he gave.
Yeah. So based on, so it's stingy, not stingy at the same time, but if I were him, based on the status that he has been given in society right now, if I was going to give 150, I would have not attend. It's just better to skip it. But at the same time, we look at these people that have not been paying themselves for a long time, right? So it might be, has been surviving on these last 2 years savings and that now almost coming to an end. And then you guys need everything.
Actually, recently, the spokesperson for the South Sudan National Assembly stated that the parliamentarians have not been paid for the last 11 months. So that's possibly why.
Now, where mwenyewe unamuona is this guy stingy? The vice president himself, Wani.
Of course, personally, I feel like that's being stingy, because if you know you are going to attend a function and it's people you don't support on a regular basis, then he was supposed to carry something like a sizable amount of money. Let's say approximately $1,000 or $500 would have made sense, because what is the football club going to do with $150? They need a lot of things like uniforms, buy a ball, and they don't just need one ball for practices. So practically $150 is a small amount compared to his caliber.
Yeah, and maybe it'll cost pesa nyingi, right? Because unajua watu, they have to go with a lot of bodyguards, or maybe he bought some drinks.
Okay.
So part of the money that he was supposed to give as cash was used for the drinks. He had to fuel his car.
There's no excuse.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. The guy is stingy vice president.
Very stingy. Next time he should learn to give more. Or don't give at all. Okay, so the next story is a police officer was caught stealing church offering in Juba, and allegedly he was arrested. Some people commented that the church should not have arrested him. Instead, they should have shown him some love and compassion by giving him some money, at least to buy food for his family, given that these civil servants have gone for a long time without getting paid their salaries. What are your thoughts or your opinion on that?
Yeah, I saw that video. He, to me, was not arrested. That's the first thing. People reporting it are reporting it, but he was not arrested.
But he
was escorted outside. He was escorted outside.
Okay.
And then secondly, he was looking drunk.
Okay.
Ni mtu alikuwa anakaa amekunywa pombe. He was looking drunk. So that's why people had to escorted him outside.
Okay.
And then after he was outside, I think they let him go.
Okay.
And kitu ingine pia, I would, like, to me, I will not call it stealing, right? Because this
pesa
money ni pesa ya congregation. This was the money yenye iliweka kwa aku.
Yeah.
Sasa pastor amekasirika, pesa yake inachukuliwa. But the good thing,
pesa ni ya pastor, because that's what they use to pay them salaries. And to cover their
he should have his
expenses.
own farm. Sikuwe tu anategemea nini ya siku moja. So the thing is, kitu nzuri yenye niliona hapo, they didn't take what he was holding in his hand.
Okay.
So ile chenye alikuwa amechukua already was not taken away.
Are you sure they are not going to remove it wakimfikisha outside?
If it was being recorded, they will not remove it.
Okay.
Because we got the video, we got the whole clip. So it meant it was being recorded, so they will just let him go.
Okay, so we are going to play that video somewhere like on the screen so that you viewers can also see it.
Yeah, and then also what I was looking here.
Yeah.
It was not stealing, it was not arrested, it was just being escorted out. Now inaweza kuwa hata ni Yesu alikuwa anamtoa nje. Najua alisemanga,
you never know.
Yes, that Yesu atarudi kama mwizi.
You are taking it literally.
So inaweza kuwa ni Yesu alikuwa anamtoa mbio mbio. But the other thing that I was looking at, hii ya watu kusema that he deserved to take it juu awajalipa for a whole year. Hiyo kitu nakataa.
No, it's not saying he deserves to take that money. People are saying the church should be kinder, given that some of the principles of the Bible and Christianity is being kind and compassionate.
Well, to me, the church was not that harsh on him.
Okay.
Based on the video, how you're going to see it was just being escorted out with what he has taken, and it was also drunk. So the thing is, when it comes to them not being paid, is the government. He knows where the J1, where the president is staying.
So you want the Askari to go to
yes, or the Minister of Finance. That's where he's supposed to be getting his part of his salary. It's not in the church. He's supposed even to give offering in church, not to take it. And then unajua how Askari sometimes I look at them. Okay, he's already addicted to alcohol based on how he was looking. So that's another big thing there that is really difficult to deal with. But to me, kama mtu akulipi, if someone is not paying you for a whole year,
then you
why stay as a soldier?
Yeah.
Quit the job, go back to your homeland, start farming.
Okay, like to your village.
Yes, so it will take you 3 to 6 months, and what you were waiting for a whole year, at the end of that harvest, you'll get all back. You'll get back the equivalent of that salary. So why waste your time?
Unajua, not everyone can be an entrepreneur, a farmer, or can think for himself, right? So some people kind of somehow have to stay within that environment and end up like doing things that are not right or things that will lower their dignity. For instance, there was another guy who committed suicide not long ago, and it's also because of this financial pressure.
Those are conclusions. He didn't write any letter stating the reason why he's committing suicide is because of the financial pressures.
Yeah, but like when the situation is extremely bad, then even life itself loses meaning.
Yeah, I feel like tukue tu na campaign ingine yenye ina educate hao majamaa on how to live a better life. Kama kitu, if something is not kama IGP where tu jipe shughuli, you don't have to waste your time
sticking to a government that doesn't support you and doesn't pay you.
Yeah. So if they all quit today, what will the government do? The government will form a new army with some measures in place on how they will be paid on time.
Okay.
But because we all know who the people that are
running the government,
not the people running the government, people that are told to join the army.
Yeah.
If you have failed in everything, then you are threatened. So you see.
Yeah. So society makes some people look like failures in life. So the best thing they can do is just, what's the worst thing that can happen? Let them join Jesh, and then they might reform.
Yeah, they think that indisciplined guys should be taken there. That Jesh will teach them something. It might have helped some people.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it does not help some people.
Okay.
Because,
I see. So there's also another man who was caught attempting to break into a car at a church parking lot, also in Juba.
So that person was stealing. That one was stealing. He was trying to break into a car that has already been locked. Unaona? Na ile story ya huyu mwingine ilikuwa tu huko mbele akaenda akaweka mkono ndani.
Okay.
This guy, the car has been parked, is coming to break into it. Then stealing. Huyu jamaa anastahili kukula jela miezi kadhaa. If we had broken the window, then he has to repair.
Actually, wanasema hii incident ili happen at Holy Rosary Church in Buluk. Buluk is within Juba.
Yeah.
And that he was trying to unlock the car using his master key. So this is not like maybe a first attempt. Inaweza kuwa ni kitu amekuwa akifanya.
Yeah.
Taking cars and then going to sell them.
Yeah, and I also saw the guy. Alikuwa amenona, so it's not like maisha imemgonga. That guy was stealing. Mkono ya sheria ipambane na yeye. That person, no.
Ni kleptomaniac.
Yeah, huyo jamaa kule jela na lipe. Yeah. The guy was fat, he's doing well, he has something to eat. Unajua huko on ground ukiwa fat inamaanisha you have things that you are eating.
Okay.
Sisi wengine tunakula tu mguu every day. Mwili inakonda.
Mnakula stories na
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Right.
You see how two incidences that happen at the same place, they are kind of almost similar, but you have two different judgments.
Yeah, because kila kitu inakuanga the same. Given the facts, you can now make a conclusion.
Yeah.
Because vitu zingine tu hata wewe ukiona. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So also, the government judge Wanyuma. Apparently, approximately 31 hotels in Juba, including the legendary Pyramid and Crown hotels, have filed a class action lawsuit against the South Sudan government over 61 million US dollars, not South Sudanese pounds, which was accrued from accommodating government officials between 2018 and 2021 after signing the revitalized peace agreement. Yeah. Do you think the hotels will win this case, which was filed at the East African Court of Justice? And if they do, is the government able to pay all that amount?
Yeah, to me, when it comes to winning, they will win. They incur the expenses.
Okay.
They have the evidence that some individuals were staying in their hotels.
Okay.
And then again, if it has been taken to the East African Court, it's outside South Sudan.
Yeah.
So it will get people that will not side with the government, but will try to do the thing, right?
Okay.
So they might win their case.
So winning the case is one thing, but getting that money, recovering the amount, will be another thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, unajua, wanaweza kosa hata pia kuwin.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at it this way. Unajua huko East Africa, everybody is corrupt, including the judges.
Like so most people.
Yeah, so if the government of South Sudan, you told 1 million to go and give to those judges.
What a throw your case out.
Yes. Unaona? So again, they might not win, but in reality, they should win because hii kitu wali incur the expenses.
Yeah, and it's a business.
Kuna watu walilala kwa hoteli na kuna vitu hizo. Lakini at the same time, mimi na blame these hotels.
Yeah.
Unajua hawa watu wanatafutanga easy target. Mimi I have never seen any hotel yenye ina function on credit. All the hotels function on cash. Unataka kulala leo? Lipa ulale.
Yeah, I was actually wondering, like,
so
how
why
would someone stay in your hotel for 2 years without making payments? Anakuambia nini? Ndio useme, okay, you can utalipa baadaye.
Most of African government always have pending bills. And they always tend to say that wanapanga kitu ya kuilipa.
Wametenga.
Yeah, so based on that, it might give you some false hope that is going to happen. But what they should have known, even this case of them, I don't think even case itself will be heard at the East African whatever. Because hawa watu hawalipangi their dues.
Yeah, like
membership dues. Hawalipi.
Yeah.
So sasa unaleta hii kesi kwa member yenye alipangi hata dues zake. They are almost expiring from being a member, right?
Yeah.
So hii kitu iko na low chance hata ya kusikizwa.
Yani the government is literally broke.
They don't pay anything. And then also look, juzi kulikuwa na kulikuwa na some games in Mombasa,
Yeah.
members of parliament.
Yeah, for the East African community members.
Yes. Members from MPs from South Sudan did not go because they did not have any money.
Yes. Kama hawana pesa ya kulipa salary, according to this spokesperson of the National Assembly, hawajalipwa for the last 11 months. Ni pesa ya kwenda partake in sports.
Yeah, ndio wanakuwa nayo. So there are a lot of misplaced priorities there in South Sudan. Na watapambana tu na hali yao.
Yeah. So the other thing I was asking myself is, who are these people that are incurring that huge amount of debt? Like $61 million. That's a lot of money. What were they doing?
Yeah, unajua those are expensive hotels in Juba, right?
Yeah.
So because I've heard, just a small cup of juice can go up to $3 to $5.
Okay.
While outside there it's less than $1. Unaona?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure per night it's not only just $30.
Yeah, actually.
So they have actually incurred it because those are expensive hotels.
Yeah.
But it should be, mbona walikuwa wanakaa kwa hotel in the first place?
Yes.
Kwani hauna kwako?
South Sudanese.
Yeah.
Kama hauna kwako uko na relatives, you can always stay with relatives hadi vitu zako zijipe ujijenge. Yeah, actually in terms of the amount of money paid for accommodation, most of these hotels are like $100 to $150 per night. That's for one person.
Yeah.
So do the math.
Yeah, it's possible waliinkaa hizo vitu, but the thing is, hata our hotel here they have problem.
Yeah.
As much as most government do have unpending bills and they will pay because they are collecting taxes and they are selling
Oil.
country resources, you don't have to rely on them.
Yeah.
There are some hotels that did not go into that shady deal. Now, what are you should have kwenda East African court?
Yeah, I think what kind of messed up with the whole thing is the fact that this is, based on one of the reports, it was around 300 officials. So they saw that this is a lot of clients at once compared to waiting for one tourist, 5 people to come once a year.
There's a way that you structure your business. If there are not a lot of clients in the country that can afford your prices, you just have to lower, or it's better to go with less income than to have a high revenue that you are not realizing.
Okay.
It's not good business wise, but it's their business, right? If they decide now, let them go and fight in East Africa. Yeah,
and actually if the business is not kind of generating enough income, then what they can do is maybe to reduce their expenses by reducing the number of employees they have. And also, as much as that would be a bad thing in terms of economy and people losing their jobs, business-wise, it's going to make sense for them because they are kind of reducing what they expense to increase their revenue.
Yeah, to me, wakule ujeuri yao. Next time is a lesson to them, not to do any kind of business with the government. If the government are coming for a business, let them pay. They sleep, they go tomorrow, or they pay in advance. And no, in business, no, especially hotel.
Yeah, don't give.
We don't work on credit, man. I've never seen any hotel.
That's a service delivery.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
you
going.
Pay on delivery.
Yeah. You don't have to delay it. No. Ni shida yao. Na hata wakiwin sioni wakilipo, because if the government itself cannot pay its own employees who are the civil servant, and including the army that is protecting the same government, then who are these hotels?
That's really sad.
Unaona? Kazi yao tu ni kulalalala tu kwa wasichana kwa hizo hotel. So
kulalalala na wasichana, not kwa wasichana.
Kulalalala na wasichana kwa hotel.
Unaenda kukula wasichana ya watu.
Yeah.
Na wako na mabibi manyumbani. Shame on them. Oh, actually, so recently kuna Radisson Blu ilikuwa opened in Juba. Do you think they can get into such kind of a deal?
Radisson Blu will not do such kind of shady deals because in a franchise ya majuu.
Okay.
And based on how franchise are run, there's nothing that is done on credit.
Okay.
So they would rather go without clients than to do some kind of thing.
Services.
Yeah, and then they also do a lot of studies. They know the government of South Sudan. So the main company itself, so the main company itself that collect the royalty fees or the franchise fees, they know what kind of government it is that is in South Sudan. And I'm pretty sure they have put in place how to deal with
measures,
them. And that's why they're not among us the least. Because what I know about the politician in South Sudan, wakiona tu kitu mzuri, wanahamia huko. They move there. But then,
actually, that's not why they are not part of this. But because this issue occurred between 2018 and 2021.
No, I'm 100% sure Radisson Blue would have not entered into such kind of shady contract.
Even if it was existing back then?
Yes.
Okay. The next story is a sad one. South Sudanese singer and music producer Bilpam Akech. Do you know some of his songs, by the way? Kir must stay.
Kir must stay. Let my people go.
Kir must stay.
Yeah. Nimesikia mawimbo zake hapa na pale, yeah. So what happened?
Okay, so he's allegedly in police custody. That is after a fatal road accident which occurred in Juba. On January 1st, 2025. Such a bad way to start the year. So according to a statement that was issued by Liata Real Estate Facebook page, they indicated that the singer was driving to town, that is Juba town, from his studio. I don't know where his studio is located, when another car that was speeding came from the left. And Bilpam tried to swerve to avoid having a head-on collision or to avoid hitting the other car, and accidentally ended up hitting a boda or motorcycle rider who was standing next to an electric post by the roadside. The guy died on the spot, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's so sad.
How do you feel about this scenario?
That's so sad. Rest in peace to the person that just died on the first day of the year 2025. I'm pretty sure huyu jamaa tu alikuwa ameamka mwaka mpya, new resolution. Ameenda kuhustle too, and I'm pretty sure hakuwahi in his mind that mtu atamua in life with Bilpam Akech. I'm pretty sure it just crossed his mind that this is the guy that's going to kill him. But based on what I saw and what I heard, is that huyu jamaa alingoja on the scene hadi police wakakuja, and then he gave his
good.
So kwa hiyo part,
it wasn't a hit and run.
So kwa hiyo part, at least naona he took some responsibility for his action, which is good. But looking at it, if just swapping your car can hit somebody to die, then it means like you were running at a different speed. Your speed was not a manageable speed, because the way that they're saying the other person was
coming at a high speed
from the opposite side. Then it means you were not going at a high speed. That's why the other person was coming at a high speed. So he just saved himself just to kill somebody else.
No, it's not like he intended to kill the person.
He did not intend, but what was going to happen? He saved himself. Because to him, if the accident would have occurred, he would have died. So he saved himself.
But someone else.
That idea of fighting for own life sometimes can end up affecting other people around. So he just saved his life to kill. So he's lucky that he's alive, but unfortunately the other person died.
Also, something that's not clear is this other person that was coming from the left. Where is he or she? Like, what happened to them? Are they also being held equally liable for this accident? Because they are part of the story.
So this is where, like, unajua hii ndio zile story yenye nasemanga tu ni stories za hunter. We don't know what condition this Bilpam Akech was driving under. Was it like, I don't know, does it drink pombe or akunyangi pombe, means sijui. But alikuwa okay. And if this other person was coming at high speed, that they just avoid him, and this person was going, it has to be an opposite way. then why didn't the other person hit anybody else? Because they were going fast.
Yeah, saying the person was coming from the left, I don't know, from the left, were they going in the same direction or at an intersection? The person is trying to cross the road that...
It has to be the opposite way. If I say somebody's coming from the left, it's not coming in front of me.
Yes.
It's coming my left and I'm going this way.
Okay.
So it's either going to hit my car at the back or at the front at the intersection.
Okay.
So if he was the one following the right thing and then the other person was breaking the laws, then this person, if he missed this guy, if he missed Akech because he swapped his car, he would have hit somebody else that was coming.
Yeah. So ukiona hizo photos like kwenye Vianake ilienda kugonga mtu inakaa karibu na fence ya someone's house kabisa.
Yeah.
So that means kuna ka intersection hapo around.
Yeah.
Maybe that person tried to increase his speed.
Yeah.
And then akaswerve and ended up hitting the wall together with the post and the boda rider.
Yeah.
And this other person ended up going straight because the road was kind of clear. Like, assuming that's what happened.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate that these kind of singers just let somebody die like that. And based on some of accidents that have happened, most of these people do a lot of accident, and sometimes they're always under alcohol influence.
Yeah.
So in this case, if there was an alcohol blow that was to be done to see, if it was under any influence, it will be really good. But to me, I feel like huyu jamaa tu akule jela for a year, and if he has to do some blood compensation, then afanye after amekaa in prison for some time, so that he act as a lesson. Because I always say, if you are driving, be a defensive driver, don't be an offensive one. What we mean by this is trying not to say other people were doing wrong. Just make sure that you are making everybody safe, even people that are driving recklessly. Wakikuja tu vibaya, wewe unatulia tu. At the end of the day ni kufika penye unaenda. Now that ameua mtu. And especially based on venye nilikuwa naona some Facebook posts, ni kama wanajuana like Abarkadel ama watu wa Lake State wote. Sasa unajua that stigma that you kill so and so, itakaa tu kwa akili ya watu hata kama ilikuwa tu an accident.
People would assume it was intended.
Yeah, an accident do happen. If it was a pure accident, then it was an accident. Unajua sometimes unaweza kuwa hata unaendeshanga vizuri, lakini vitu zinatokea tu and then it just end up. Accident can happen, and we cannot blame him for that.
Actually, some of the causes of accident involve overspeeding or speeding, and driving under the influence of alcohol or other substance abuse. Also, if you are using your phone while driving, either you are texting or talking, and before you talk, like if it's in loudspeaker, that's a different case. But like you are punching in the number trying to call someone.
Labda demwaka aliwaambia niko kwa nyuma ndese, come fast. Kuja fungua mwaka.
And then also not following the traffic rules, like the speed limit. Kama ni country yenye iko na road traffic lights and stuff, then you stop before turning red.
There are so many causes of accident. It's not one thing.
So whatever the circumstances surrounding this issue, someone has to be held accountable. And they kind of have to take up the accountability and also show some remorsefulness to the family. Because these people have just lost someone. Like they woke up, everyone doing okay, the person was not sick or like no concerns at whatever.
So if I'm him, okay, I will just play low key. Same to government itafuata when you wanna the way they handle the traffic thing and not say anything. Just let the whole cause go. Because even when people are talking, you don't have to come out and clarify anything.
Because itakuwa una add more
clarification. Most of the time, we tend to defend ourselves. Or we, the other side, will always take negatively.
Yeah.
So it's better not to talk about it. Afadhali watu waseme ulikuwa mbaya, ulifanya hii. Don't tell them the truth. Wewe ushaua mtu.
Yeah.
Hiyo truth yako government ndio itajua. Achana na watu telling them.
Yeah.
When you acha tu your story kimbie, government ifuate, and after the whole thing has been settled, if you need to tell now your side of story, the truthful part, yeah, you can go ahead, but not now.
Yeah,
no.
Not when the case is under investigation, because you are going to kind of corrupt the minds of those judges who are going to hear it. And also in this case, the person was not on the wrong. The people who are on the wrong are the other driver and Bilpam himself. So those two should be held equally liable.
Yeah, why was it speeding? Are they actually, like, I was there in South Sudan in 2023. Those people, they don't follow any kind of driving rules, so anything can happen. But so it's extremely bad. Yeah,
I actually saw another picture that was posted by Bilpam Akech, whereby the road is full of cars. Hadi gari ingine inaendesha kwa ile space kidogo yenye watu utembelea. So imagine, like gari going off the road, and then you are now going to squeeze into kwenye.
Why did you post that picture?
Alikuwa ananini, he was making a joke that an ambulance can only fly in this situation because hakuna space kabisa.
Okay.
Yeah, the road is full of cars. Hadi wananini kwenye watu utembelea. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, so and also on a lighter note, there's this trend that people have come up with. For instance, currently, Julius Malema, who is a member of parliament of the National Assembly in South Africa, and I think he's part of the opposition, right?
Yeah, he's opposition leader. His political party is called EFF.
Okay. Mwenye anajua EFF inamaanisha nini aseme kwa comments. And
economic freedom fighters.
Oh.
Yeah, they're fighting for economic freedom of South Africa, especially the black people.
Okay.
And they learn a story.
Okay. So Julius Malema and a South Sudanese musician by the name Cherry Long have been trending due to their weight loss. Netizens are assuming that these people must be sick, that it's not reasonable for someone to lose weight to such extent. And they are sharing their photos before and after. Now, my question to you is, do you feel like people are being too judgmental in these situations? Also, should people be commenting about other people's weight? Either they have lost or gained weight.
Yeah, I saw these two posts, especially for Malema, I saw it on TikTok, and for Sherry Long, I saw it on Facebook. And kitu linikasirisha sana is people saying, ukikonda, wewe ni mgonjwa.
Yeah.
Hiyo kitu ndio nakataa sana, because personally, in 2022, I decided to lose weight.
Okay.
Because I was weighing around 88, 89, and I moved to 70 something. And I really changed. And it was my personal decision.
So why did you want to lose weight?
So it's for some good health reason, but it doesn't look good. Like, I don't like being fat. So that's the thing. So, so me seeing people making conclusion that somebody has lost weight and it's because it's sick, and they have not said themselves.
Yeah.
To me, to feel like, if they saw me, they would have said, JIMOSI is sick.
Stress,
yes, amekaliwa na bibi.
Unasema watu wangesema Juma amekaliwa.
Yes, that's why I'm a conda.
Yeah.
So, like, kukonda, the other factors that can lead to person kukonda, right? Other than sickness.
Yeah.
And sana if I look at Malema himself, akona political
changes.
No, akona political ambitions za kukuwa president.
Yeah, and he's actually very young. I think he's 43 years
Yeah, old. So hawezi endelea tu kunona na unataka kuwa president. Unajua you have to be fit
as an opposition leader.
It might be that, but it might be like he's preparing himself to be physically fit, right? Not everybody wanatakanga tu unaona every time.
Yeah.
Lakini ya Sherry Long, based on some of the photos that I was seeing, it's not like he went to a studio, took actual photo of himself, na akakaa mkonde.
Ni watu wanapiga screenshots.
Watu wanapiga, wanampiga tu popote, maybe he's performing ama ameenda kuattend something. People are just sneaking in on him na kuchukua photo of him, even in bad lighting. Na wanakuja wanacompare na zile zenye alikuwa amepanga anaenda studio.
Professional photoshoot.
They can't be the same. Unaona?
Kwanza kuna moja walipiga anakaa meno imevunjika. Anakaa amechakaa kabisa. Ni kama he's extremely drunk. Venye amevaa. That's too much editing.
Sasa kama unachukuanga tu nili zako na iPhone, you have good photos. Mtu tu amekuja na Oppo ama anaitwanga aje hii Techno.
Ma Infinite.
Amekupiga na huko na mbali. And then anakuja kusema Sherry Long is sick. Kama like the thing is, kama mtu mwenyewe hajajitokeza kukuja kusema I'm sick. That's why na lose weight. Hizi propaganda zote tuachana nazo. Being fit is okay, and there are so many factors. Inaweza kuwa yani ukweli hapo na kaugonjwa inamsumbua, but it's none of your business. Hadi wajitokeze. Personal health, personal story.
It's a very private matter. Kwanza watu walikuwa wanaingilia nani Lady Kola ati tangu atoke kwa first wife nyumba kubwa, jamaa anateseka, wanamwambia hebu pikia mzee. They had to release a video, I think a day or two ago, on TikTok. Wakijaribu kujustify hapo Sherry Long akafungua mdomo ati ile meno imevunjika iko happy.
So unaona, lakini ni kitu yenye iko kwa society, unaona? Watu wamenona wanapewanga tu heshima fulani. Unakumbuka there were some girls like mtu mkonde akikuja kudate, people tend to see him ni kama hana future. Ranchilo nyakikuja kudate.
Wanaona pesa.
If he has something to eat, he has something to take care of you. Lakini kuna wenye wako tu na pesa tu na mwili kasawa. So.
Like it can be lifestyle changes. People want to be fit. You like being slim. Or in nature unakuanga slim. Ni ile tu maybe you were sick. Or there were some conditions that were making you to gain weight.
Exactly.
Now that is the conditions become addressed, you are finally back to your actual weight. And then also kuna specific weight yenye mtu anafaa kuwa nayo based on your height na age. If you go past that, it's a problem. If you go under that, become underweight, it's also another problem. So like on this matter of weight, like people should just mind their own business. Kwanza nani Julius Malema aliingiliwa na ni South Africans wenyewe. Mtu anasema this guy is enjoying Ozempic medications due treatment. So for those who don't understand what Ozempic is, this is a medication that was initially approved for or was prescribed for type 2 diabetes. And then some of its work ni could deal with your blood sugar to regulate, and one of the side effects the weight loss. So some people kind of ended up using it for the purposes of losing weight. Whether Malema is using Ozempic or not to lose weight is none of anyone's business. Maisha ni yake. Akiamua anataka kukonda or to lose weight or to be fit, leave it to him.
So if it was diabetic and it was in public domain somewhere and it's taking those medications, then there's no problem, because some of these diabetic diseases, type 1 of it, one type of it is lifestyle. So inakujanga na zile vitu yenye unakula hadi unaona na that one ni kitu ya inherit.
And also that you are not physically active.
So kama hii yake yenye alikuwa nayo, it was true.
No, it's not like true that he had diabetes. Many people are assuming or speculating that he is using that medication purposely to lose weight. So whether
to me, I see him, I'm happy for him. If he's not sick, I like the weight that he has right now. He
actually looks very good. I'll share some of the photos. That's the hardcore screen somewhere. The before and after. Both ways is okay, as long as he's happy being the way he is currently. And he does not regret having been big sized before. It doesn't matter. Like, in his current truth. Now, this is the fact about how he weighs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kama uko na shida na venye anakaa, wewe do something about your life. If you want, gain weight on his behalf.
Yeah.
Na maisha isonge mbele.
Exactly. Na watu wachane na Sherry Long and Lady Collar.
Yeah.
Lakini kitambo nilikuwa naonanga some photos za who compare Jogo and some hen. And then wanasema before aoe and then after kuoa. Sasa inakuwa like bibi anaenda anaona kwa marriage and then
mwanaume anazidi kureduce.
Yeah, anakuwa hadi tunajite hiyo nyola. Yeah, so I think that's what they were trying to do, but I don't think it has anything to do with Lady Collar. The guy is just okay based on the pictures or the photos that are being used.
Yeah.
To say that he has a problem, those are not legit photos.
This guy anapanga ka light skin and then watu wanachukua zile za darkness.
Yeah, so yeah, so
that's not a true representation of how he looks.
Yeah, and actually advocate for watu kupoteza weight. If you don't actually need that excess weight, well, uipoteze.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't need that extra lot of weight. Yeah, it's not meat. It's some extra fat.
Okay. Yeah, and then ukidini kwanza ukiona wa mama, people don't like being told you are fat, you are slim, you are people want to be told you are slim, petite. And then sema uko na shape
or plus size.
Yes. Plus size, it's not even that many. People don't really like being associated with that. Some people when you go plus size, embrace because hiyo ndio facts. Yeah, but watu wengine, let's say ulikuwa slim and then ukaongeza kiasi, ukiambiwa unakasirika. But ukiambiwa shape imetokelezea, you are happy. Like kila mwanamke anataka kuonekana size 8 regardless of either ni plus size or slim. Yeah, but mambo ya weight ya watu wachana nayo.
Yes, and kila mtu tu anakuanga na season. Kama ni season 2 yako ya kushed some weight, go get them off.
Yeah.
Utazigain baadaye. But yeah, gaining weight, there are a lot of reasons that can lead to that. So kama mtu
losing too.
Yeah, so to me like wanamuingilia tu, and people should like a little bit do some their research before waende on social media and bashes people for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why people were doing that.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
So that's the end of our weekly update. Stay tuned.
Yes, so this was our episode 1 of the weekly update.